Oh boy, how spicy topic we got. 50 Things Wuthering Waves does better than Genshin Impact. All I can say is feel free to use this video as a discussion and let's see who wins the fight. But anyway, I'm just gonna say I play basically both games. I'm enjoying both of them. Is one better than the other one? Personally, I don't think so. I could find easily a few things that I don't like on the Wuthering Waves, but also I can find a lot of things that I don't personally enjoying on Genshin Impact. Let's hear these 50 things, shall we?
Hello, today we're going to be doing 50 things Wuo does better than Genshin. Now to get things started, I'm going to try and make this list as objective as possible. So nothing like Wuthering Waves has better skins than Genshin, which is true honestly because this Diluc skin doesn't hit as hard as Jinxie on the right, but it's only opinion sadly. Okay, starting with number 1.
I was gonna say it's just a matter of like, you know, subjective opinion, because technically, to be fair, both skins looks really nice, and I would even say the Diluc skin here, I like it as well. So
hit as hard as Jinxie on the right, but it's only opinion sadly. Okay, starting with number 1, weapon and skill materials are fused together, basically meaning you can farm it all in one place, so you don't have to spend a few days farming weapon mats and then the next few farming talent mats.
Okay.
Speaking of which, number 2, all forgery challenge, which are the weapon and skill mats, are available every day of the week, so there's no having—
Oh my god, that reminds me, I definitely agree with this one, because since I need to work, I also, you know, trying to making some content for the YouTube, and on top of that, in my free time, mostly like when I'm rendering the videos, things like that, I like to playing these games. It happened to me actually yesterday. I log into my Genshin Impact account and I see the weapon and it needs to ascend to a certain level, so I wanted to farm for this man. But guess what? I cannot do it because I have to wait for some specific day to farming the materials. I think I'm gonna say it's really annoying. I would understand if there is some like super legendary weapon that maybe you can get it at one specific day. Totally get it. If it's some legendary godlike material or some weapon or, you know, that kind of thing, I personally wouldn't mind. But for such a normal grinding and leveling, ascending materials, characters, things like that, I think it's very annoying.
For a certain date to get the material you need to upgrade a weapon or a skill. Number 3 and number 4 kind of go hand in hand, and it's that all characters with the same weapon type level up their skills with the same mats, and also all weapons of the same type ascend with the same mats.
This is so
which
handy.
is good for characters from the new region Rena Sita that use the same old stuff to level up. Next, for number 5 and number 6 is that you can farm the same weekly boss for the materials 3 times every week, as well as guaranteeing 3 weekly boss drops for each run. Number 7 has world bosses give the player 4 to 5 moss materials instead of 3 to 4. And number 8 is a stamina overflow mechanic, which means that—
oh my god, this is such a game changer. I really appreciate this feature they added to the Wuthering Waves, because like I said, I sometimes cannot play every single day. The fact that, you know, recently we got the new character in the game, so I pulled her yesterday finally, and I was basically farming to level her up with the side by side with the skills. I can literally spend entire, you know, wave plate on farming her mats, and yeah, like what can I say, this one is game changing.
If your stamina, aka your wave plate—
I understand the Wuthering Wave having the condensed resin, but when it comes to like this like speed farming, I would say Wuthering Wave's doing way better job.
Go over its cap, and some of it will be saved so you can use it for later. At number 9 and number 10, your characters do not need gems in order to ascend, so it's just one less thing to worry about when leveling up your characters. And characters only use 60 local specialties to reach max level. And for those who don't know, local specialties are the items you collect in the world so that you can ascend your character.
Also, you can purchase it like in the store, which is also really handy. So technically, you can, I mean, obviously these items, I forgot the name, you can obviously get them from, you know, just hanging around in the world and killing the mobs. Only like grinding thing, quote unquote grinding, is these materials from the bosses. On the other side, the Genshin Impact is a little bit more time consuming. Personally, as a player who don't have that much time, Wuthering Waves definitely winning this game. If you like maybe a little bit grinding, the Genshin Impact might be for you.
Characters. Also at number 11, local specialties respawn daily instead of every 3 days in
3 days? I thought that's 2 days, and even that I thought it's a little bit, annoying because sometimes I forgot which day I farm a certain things. So if I want to farm some mats for Ascension, it happened to me a couple times when I went to the location and I was like, yeah, only 1 day left, or things like that. That's a little bit iffy. Also, maybe you can guys let me know, is there any logical reason why every 3 days? Like, why not daily?
Genshin. Number 12 has it so whenever you mark something you want to find, a specific location is shown to you without the need of a character with a skill that locates them for you.
Yeah,
Next,
that's
at
really
number
handy.
13, you can attain echoes, which are the artifacts of Uwo, without having to spend energy. And how you get them in this game is whenever you defeat an enemy, there's a chance
This
of
is a
their
really
echo
cool
dropping,
feature.
which leads into number 14, which is the first 15 times you kill a boss, their echo drops 100% of the time for the
Oh,
first
yeah.
15 times you defeat them. And just saying, after you use up those 15 times, you're still able to farm them. It's just sometimes when you kill them, you get nothing. Also, those boss echoes are typically 4-cost echoes, which in Genshin terms mean that they're circlets. As well, for number 15 and number 16,
I guess the dailies might gonna be the task, but I'm gonna say it right away. Doing the dailies in the Wuthering Wave is so smooth, so fast comparing to Genshin Impact. I'm okay doing the dailies with the Genshin Impact, but the fact that I literally collect or finishing all the dailies, and then I have to go back to talk to that person, to having a little bit small conversation, then I can get my reward. Again, it's really time consuming. So I would say like Genshin Impact does everything like really slow, like comparing to Wuthering Waves. So maybe that's like one of the main reason why a lot of people might gonna be enjoying the Wuthering Waves more.
is that you'll be able to get a free echo whenever you complete your dailies, and that you
Oh
don't
yeah,
need to
I
talk to
forgot the
Catherine
daily,
in order to
the
fully
free
complete
echo.
them.
Yeah,
Number
that's
17 is a
also.
lack of story keys to start character quests. You just get them whenever you get them for free. 18 is that you can put skins on your weapons. Number 19 is that the weapon banners are segregated, like how they should be honestly. And for 20, you have a 100% chance to get the 5-star weapon from the limited.
Yeah, I gotta say, I don't play Wuthering Waves as much, so I'm not grinding for the asteroids, and yet I got basically every 5-star character that I want. Guess, guess how many 5-star character I get to this day on Genshin Impact? Literally 0.
weapon banner. No 50-50, you get what you see, which is very nice of them. For number
Yeah.
21 and 22, you're guaranteed a 5-star at 80 pulls instead of 90, and the drop rates are slightly better with Rulo having a 0.8% to 1.8%
Yeah, I
depending on
think.
soft pity, while Genshin is at 0.6% to 1.6%.
Yeah.
Number 23 lets you buy the newest 4-star in the shop so you don't have to go fishing for it in the limited banners. With number 24, the shop also lets you buy wave bands,
Oh
which
yeah,
are the constant.
this one is handy, but to be honest, most of the time when the new character comes out, I basically spend these, I forgot what's the name of this currency. I literally just spending to get extra pull so I can pull the characters. So, I mean, this is still a handy feature, really like. Maybe in the future, if there's gonna be a casual lane, hopefully, and probably not, I'm definitely gonna spend like all of it here. But yeah, I would say anything related to the pulling characters, Wuthering Waves, definitely winning. And it's literally objective.
Constellations of Wuwa for characters you already owned. Number 25 and 26 has this beginner banner guaranteeing a standard 5-star for you, and whenever you reach Union level 45, which is the game's version for Adventure rank, you'll receive a.
I know the Genshin Impact gave me 4-star weapon, which obviously I really appreciate. It's a kinda, I would say, a huge game changer for me as a free-to-play player, that I can, slay some creatures a little bit more easily. But again, this is a 5-star, so there is a similar thing, I believe, in the Genshin Impact, right? Like Union level, things like that. But I would say rewards in Wuthering Waves is like, it feels nicer.
Free standard 5-star weapon of your choice. Number 27 lets you do character trials for the characters you already own anytime you want. Next, 28 gives you a gadget that lets you do shooting puzzles while having to swap to a character that can do those puzzles. 29 lets
Oh
the
yeah, I would say when it comes to these gadgets, it's really handy to have them, like chest location, sonar location, things like that. I don't need to have like interactive map on my second monitor, and when I'm grinding to collect all these sockets, I don't need to use the map. I can literally use the locator. Obviously with the map is everything is like way easier, but in the Genshin I have to literally load up my interactive map if I want to literally grind to level up my waypoints, things like that. So again, this is a really handy feature.
player wall climb edges that protrude outwards. Number 30 and 31 has the synthesis table menu option to be able to craft anywhere you want, as well as it costing no money in order to craft.
Well, I didn't
32
even
lets you
notice no
skip
money.
cutscenes and dialogue.
Oh yeah.
33 gives cave entrances map.
Again, I rather play games for the gameplay, not for the lore. So if I'm not really interested into the lore, in the Wuthering Waves I can speedrun everything, so it's really handy. Usually I just pay attention to that like final pre-cinematic scene, that storyline. That's always like really amazing.
Icons on the world map. Number 34 gives the game 120 max FPS, but only if you have an RTX 30 series or above. 35 makes life more convenient by making it so that a sprint doesn't cost stamina as long as you're not in combat.
Don't even
36
get
is
me
whenever you
started.
do a plunging attack and negates all fall damage.
Oh, are we gonna get a fall damage here? To be honest, I never jumped it. Oh, okay.
For numbers 37,
jumped it
38, and
high.
39, the game gives you both a free grappling hook gadget and a free treasure compass gadget. And
I think we don't even need to like questioning this one, because I would say when it comes to movement, like in general, Wuthering Waves definitely winning. When it comes to climbing, when it comes to grappling and the sprinting, I cannot find any objective reason why Genshin would be a better option here.
whenever you would use the treasure compass in Wuwa, it reveals all nearby treasures instead of
that's
just
the gadget
one.
I was talking
At number
about.
40, you can hold F to collect all items within a pile. 41 is that you're able to change your party immediately instead of taking 1 or 2 seconds of waiting. Number 42 lets you change the gender of your main character anytime you want. Number 43 has it
This
so that
actually
whenever
true
you
as well.
complete a domain,
I totally
it also
forgot about
includes
it.
the enemy's drops. Number 44 lets you know what stuff you're missing in the exploration.
Yeah, but I would say they add this one technically recently, because I remember when I started playing Wuthering Waves, I think that was added with the new like 2.0 patch. Or maybe you can correct me, but I haven't seen it 1 year ago.
In progress. 485 is if you purchase the paid battle pass, then you instantly get the Ashray reward instead of having to wait to be at level 50. And also at number 46, battle pass levels go up to level 70. For number 47, in Genshin in order to fly you have to indwell a bird, but in Wuwa you can just fly as long as you're high enough in the air. At number 48, you can regain flight energy by just landing on the ground. And number 49, flying in Wuwa gets you a lot further than flying in Genshin. As you can see in this test here, left being Wuwa and right is Genshin. Assuming a meter equals a meter in both games, then Wuwa flies you about twice as far on a full meter of flight.
Yeah, I would count this as a, that movement what
And
we
last but definitely
discussed.
not least, number 50. You can swap characters while climbing or gliding. Insane improvement over Genshin. Anyways, that's it for the 50 things Wuwa has better than Genshin.
Yeah, I would say that flying sometimes can be really handy, especially when it comes to fighting.
As you've seen, Wuwa has a lot of quality of life compared to Genshin, so I don't know if I can do a 50 things Genshin can do better than Wuwa.
50 things Wuthering Waves does better than the Genshin Impact, I totally agree. But again, I playing both games, I enjoying both of them. But personally, I like to playing Genshin mostly for the stream because it's a little bit like more relaxing. And if I just want to enjoy some combat, things like that, and maybe a little bit farming, I always playing the Wuthering Waves in the evenings. And maybe you can guys tell me what Genshin Impact does better than the Wuthering Waves. So let me know, and hopefully see you next time. Have a lovely day. Take care.